Sin City will have to wait for its first ever USL Cup playoff appearance, but when it comes to the beautiful game, pride is always on the line, and that's what Isidro Sanchez's side will be playing for tonight as they play host to the top dogs of the Western Conference, Braden Cloutier and Orange County SC. Tyler Terrence along with Devin Kerr, so glad to have you with us on this beautiful Wednesday night here in Las Vegas. And we'll take a look at the Western Conference table as it stands, Devin, and obviously Orange County with a magnificent result against the Real Monarchs. They picked them apart in the last 25 minutes of the second half on their way to a 5-2 win. They currently sit in first place on 60 points. Phoenix Rising nipping right at their heels. They need to keep pace.
We're going to get a closer look at exactly what Orange County was able to do and dismantle the mighty Monarchs. Phoenix Rising is right there. The #1 spot is ripe for the taking. Orange County, at this point in time, though Phoenix Rising has a game in hand, they're going to be able to dictate it on their own terms. Being able to get out in front early on makes Phoenix Rising chase.
So for Las Vegas Lights FC, obviously not featured in the playoff picture, but their last match was a big one. It was a pride match as well, a Silver State Cup installment, the third and final one of 2018. And Las Vegas Lights, they put on a show, and they were able to come back a number of times in that game on the way to a 3-3 draw.
They showed that they may be down and out of the playoffs, but they have all the pride and spirit left in their bodies. Brian Brown, 19th minute. Raul Mendiola would net 2, including the game-tying goal in the 90th minute to knot the match up at 3.
And then we talked about Orange County's result against the Real Monarchs. Devin, it was an even game, and even after Justin Portillo scored in the second half, as you get a look at that equalizer, or excuse me, go-ahead goal for Noah Powder, it seemed like Real Monarchs are going to be the side that went ahead and go and get the win. However, Orange County came back and they just picked them apart in the last 25 minutes of the game. I mean, look at the resume from Braden Cloutier's side. They have had some really great wins, although some poor losses that have broken up some unbeaten streaks here and there, but nevertheless, a stark difference from where they were a year ago.
You usually say that when a team goes to RGV, it's very difficult for them to get a victory. That was the case, but it happened again recently. RGV came to town. Orange County could not get a result. They need to lock results like this up. You should be getting 3 points in situations like that. That's not the case. That's why Phoenix Rising has their destiny in their own hands.
Braden Cloutier says it would mean everything to the club if they were able to garner the #1 seed in the Western Conference. With a win tonight, they can clinch a home playoff game at Championship Stadium. Las Vegas with everything on the line when it comes to pride. It's Las Vegas Lights FC and Orange County SC when we come back.
Have you ever thought about riding a Harley-Davidson? Visit one of our Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Shop Henderson, Red Rock, or Las Vegas Harley-Davidson. Finding freedom just got a lot easier. Ride out on a new Harley-Davidson and leave the excuses behind. Now and throughout the Las Vegas Lights soccer season, you can sign up and win one of 2 great prizes. A pair of Lights tickets or Harley-Davidson Riding Academy classes for 1. Visit us at Henderson Harley-Davidson, Gibson and Warm Springs, Red Rock Harley-Davidson, Rainbow and Sahara, and Las Vegas Harley-Davidson on the Strip.
Boston Dental Group, your place for friendly, gentle, and convenient dental care in Las Vegas. We offer you expert specialists such as orthodontics, implants, cosmetic dentistry, and even pedodontics for your children. Call us today to take advantage of our limited time offers. 25% off cleanings and only $250 down to start your braces today. Call 702-388-8888.
We're Boston Dental Group, making healthy smiles more affordable to you.
Drive like I work with Uber. Yeah, cooking like curry, so respect the shooter. Your heart may harden the way I maneuver. Yeah,
John.
I'll do anything to sell your car.
almost set for kickoff between Las Vegas Lights FC and Orange County SC. The second and final time that these two sides are going to take each other on in the 2018 season. And last time out, it was a 3-1 win for Braden Cloutier's side after the opening goal from Las Vegas Lights FC. Tyler Terrence along with Devin Kerr, as we'll take a look at the starting 11 for Isidro Sanchez and this Las Vegas Lights FC side that was eliminated from playoff contention. And the starting 11 is brought to you by Zappos, presented to Zappos Fan Tailgate starting at 5:30 p.m. Before every match, visit zappos.com/LV Lights FC. Devin, what are we looking at?
Pretty traditional for the Las Vegas Lights. It is a revolving door of personnel. Only difference in here, no Carlos Alvarez sighting. That's interesting. Not even in the 18, so we'll keep an eye on that. But 4-3-3, we see them rotate formation. We see they rotate their players from left to right. Mendiola could easily end up on the right, Garcia on the left, Ochoa up top. Everybody tends to fluctuate in what is this evolving lineup that is consistently trying to find a positive ebb and flow. For Braden Cloutier and his boys, business as usual. 4-1-4-1, only 2 changes. Noah Powder comes out, in steps Jarwin Jones on the back line. Walker Hume's going to step in for Josh Hoivelt. He has been relieved of duties, but a very, very impressive back four. Amico, Alston love to get up and down the pitch. Bierman on the left side. Quinn and Duke, with Chaplow sitting in behind, will be pulling the strings. They are the puppeteers that make this beautiful game tick.
Well, Orange County just put together a dizzying amount of passes every single time that they're out on the field. They're one of the leading passing teams in the United Soccer League. And UMC is the official hospital and emergency services provider for Las Vegas Lights. Here's tonight's medical report. And no injuries to report for Las Vegas Lights FC, which is obviously a good sign. But as Devin mentioned, no Carlos Alvarez in the starting 11 or in the 18. So obviously something to be wary of if you're on the Las Vegas side of things or just a third-party observer and happen to like Mr. Alvarez and his style of play, as so many people do. Of course, his brother isn't half bad either over at Los Dos. As we are officially underway from Cashman Field. Glad to have you with us. Tyler Terrence along with the incomparable ex-German pro, Devin Kerr. Orange County with 3 points tonight, and they clinch at least one home playoff match in the USL Western Conference postseason as Ricardo Farino starts out the game 35 yards away from the goal line. What else is new? Well, Orange County currently sitting in first place, although not that comfortable. Just 1 point in front of Phoenix. And as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast and during the pregame, Rick Schatz's side control their own destiny. More points available remaining for the side from the Valley of the Sun. But Orange County, Devin, if you talk to a lot of coaches around the league, games in hand doesn't mean a whole lot as the offside flag is going to go up, but will play the advantage over on the far side of Cashman. For your money, would you rather be in the position where you have more points and it's up to the other team to try to make it up, or would you rather have the games in hand?
I'd rather have already done the work, make somebody else chase you. Even if you're sitting with one game in hand, oh, we're only 1 point back, you still got to go and get that point, whether it's home or away. You have to make sure that you're able to take care of the task at hand. A lot of teams falter under pressure when they're put in those situations. If you give USL squads the same opportunity, don't be surprised if they put themselves behind the 8 ball.
Our head referee for tonight, John Freeman, as the long throwing comes in. Bierman trying to bring it down and eventually cleared away by Garduno. However, it's going to be Joe Amico keeping it in for Orange County. A 5-2 win against the Real Monarchs. A bit of a bizarre schedule as this one hit on the first time by Aiden Quinn. Never challenging Farino, but still a good effort from Mr. Quinn, who had the equalizer against the Monarchs. And Devin has really been quite impressive from a goal-scoring standpoint. We knew he was a distributor coming in, but Braden Cloutier made it very clear that when Richard Chaplow is healthy and he's able to sit in the 6, it opens up a world of opportunities offensively for Aiden Quinn moving forward.
That's the biggest thing, is when Richard Chaplow is healthy. He has been in and out of the squad all season long. They finally think that they've gotten back to match fitness, which is a great thing considering they're just hitting their peak of a stride, heading in to the postseason. And they hope they can continue to have him available in the starting 11 on a regular basis, because you allow Aiden Quinn to get forward along the likes of Christian Duke, doing battle with Darwin Jones, Mats Bierman, Edie Voltson sitting up top. The sky's the limit.
Well, Christian Duke had the go-ahead goal in what proved to be the game winner against the Monarchs. Not a prolific goal scorer by any stretch of the imagination, but just a downright baller in the middle of the field. Here is Chappell, only 9 starts on the season, 18 appearances, this being his 10th and 19th of the 2018 campaign. As Darwin Jones lets it fly. And with the smoke that was set off before the game, Devin, visibility isn't exactly a premium right now, and I can only imagine what it's like for Ricardo Foligno back there.
He blends in with his jersey, doesn't he? His kit. He said, what do you want me to do?
Where'd he go?
I can't see it.
Now let's take a look at your Findlay Toyota keys to the game. Findlay Toyota is an official partner of Las Vegas Lights FC. Devin, for Las Vegas, we mentioned the big P word, pride. And then Orange County, don't let it be a trap game.
For Las Vegas, every single time you get the opportunity to represent your club, you have to have pride. Show your honor. Dig down deep, because you're getting an opportunity to wear that badge and represent that shirt. You are right now fighting for a roster spot next year. You want to make sure that you have an opportunity to continue your career in this beautiful city. For Orange County, don't sleep. These are the giant killers. You're looking at a squad in Las Vegas. Though their form has faltered recently, they've been able to get ties twice this year versus Reno. They've taken down T2, St. Louis, Swope Park Rangers, and they've also managed to steal points from Sacramento Republic and Real Monarchs. You were talking about the creme de the creme of the Western Conference. They have the capability to strike at any point in time. Do not go to sleep on this home squad.
Knotted over for Omar Salgado. Kevin Alston stepping through, losing his footing. It's Salgado getting loose on the left side. Knocks it across. And it's scooped up in the end by Andre Rawls. And you mentioned that draw against the Monarchs, Devin. You and I were on the call for that. Just a bizarre, bizarre game. It was at Zions. It was actually the inaugural game at Zions Bank Stadium. Las Vegas goes down a man in typical Las Vegas fashion in around the 26th, 27th minute and hold on for a 0-0 draw. It's the best defensive performance that we've seen them put on, and it was just due to the plain simple fact that they were forced to defend.
It was that gray area in their season where they went out early on. Their coach will admit it as Aiden Quinn steps over the imaginary line that is somewhere drenched in with the smoke. And they had gone out early on. They had gone win hunting. They found a formula that they thought. And, you know, they admitted that they underestimated the level in the USL. Then comes the Monarchs game. They had really struggled. Were not getting any sort of results whatsoever. You go on the road to Zions Bank. They did a fantastic job with 10 men. And they were able to eke out a point. And you really thought there was something there. Okay, can Vegas get this going? Maybe this is the momentum springer that they need to help push the season in the right direction. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. You're going to have to wait a few months to see them again. Still plenty to play for from an organization standpoint going forward in the rest of this 2018 season.
Foligno's clearance not his best. Avila trying to help it along, and it can't be kept in play by Raul Mendiola. Mendiola with 2 goals in that Silver State Cup match against Reno 1868. Reno got off to a great start against RGV tonight. How about Seth Kasipli's strike in the first 15 minutes of that one? Last time we checked, it was 1-0 in favor of Ian Russell's side. We'll keep you updated with that match. FC Cincinnati clinching the Eastern Conference as well as clinching the Shield with their win against the Richmond Kickers. And now it is 2-0 to Reno in the 49th minute. Avila trying to shield off Mats Bierman. Bierman coming away with it. Getting the opportunity to start tonight. Bit of rotation for Braden Cloutier. Here's Duke. Knocks it across. Darwin Jones waiting for it. Settles it down. Jones takes a deflection. Spilled in front, and it's Aiden Quinn who taps it in. Aiden Quinn, yet again, the beneficiary for Orange County and the top dogs of the Western Conference with a whole lot of bite in the 8th minute. It's 1-0 to the visitors.
September 26th, mark it down. History being broken all over the USL. FC Cincinnati got the night started. Micah Patrick told you they already won the East. They've gotten the Shield. Aiden Quinn becomes the 3rd player ever to go double-double. That's his 10th goal on the year. He's got 11 assists. He's joining the likes of Manu Ledesma and Irvin Parra. What a way to get your squad going on the road.
When we asked Braden Cloutier earlier today whether or not it was something that he could expect, he said, it's not something I necessarily expected. I knew that they were capable of it, and they meaning Thomasina Voltson, because he only needs an assist or two more to be able to join that club as well. But Devin, I mean, not only does it speak volumes about those two players specifically, but just about the quality of the league, the type of player that now is playing in the United Soccer League. It's unbelievable how there was only one player before Manu Ledesma and Irvin Parra who split time between S2 and Orange County last year. And now you could potentially have two players on the same team, no less, who are going to accomplish that same magnificent feat.
Someone else in the Western Conference might have an argument with that as well, by the name of Solomon Asante in Phoenix Rising, who could be drifting in to throw his name in the hat. But to your point, Tyler, it really is amazing. The entire level across this league has really risen. Chatting with one of our friends, Michael Watts, earlier, and we talked about Richmond Kickers and how they were still involved in the league. They were just going to be drifting to a different level, but continuing on a great franchise with such history behind it, and how it was sort of a changing of the guard, but no longer are the days where it's 1, 2, 3 squads and they kind of force their will upon the league. Now there are so many teams on a regular basis that come to play each and every day. That gap has narrowed from a talent standpoint. It's risen and the quality is much better, but there are so many teams that can compete on a regular basis.
Well, Isidro Sanchez has certainly learned that the hard way in terms of underestimating the level of play. As a corner for Las Vegas, as we have not even hit the 10-minute mark, Aiden Quinn with the go-ahead goal for OCSC. Avila, good delivery in. Rawls punches it away. Andre Rawls, who's on loan from NYCFC. He's been one of the more prolific keepers in the United Soccer League, not just the Western Conference in the 2018 campaign. Here's Avila again after the turnover from Orange County. Over for Salgado. Here's Kopecky on the first time. Actually looked like Crenali got in front of it. Shouts from a handball from the crowd here at Cashman. Contact, no foul given by John Freeman. And thumped in the other direction out of any further danger. And the foul's going to go against Bierman, and after conceding the first goal in the 8th minute, Devin, Las Vegas has responded nicely.
Unfortunately, we've heard this story before. Too many times this year, Las Vegas Lights have come out flat, conceded an early goal, and have to find their way back into a match. Not that they're incapable of such a feat. With so much talent, you'd love to give yourself an opportunity to play on a level playing field. And once again, inside 10 minutes, they've conceded early. They either give one or get one. Unfortunately, it's the initial. As you can see, Eric really struggling with that left ankle of his. He's had some ankle issues for quite some time in his career.
Just trying to shake it off as number 12 for Isidro Sanchez. Salgado and Rafa Garcia standing on top of it. It's Garcia with the delivery. And last touch coming off of Vegas, a goal kick for Andre Rawls. And Devin, Braden Cloutier made it very clear that Andre Rawls has been a very important piece to this side. And there is a look at some of the offensive standings, courtesy of our outstanding producer, Sharni Yerke. And Devin, some pretty good company up there.
Manu Ledesma grabbed 2 tonight for FC Cincinnati in their win over Richmond Kickers 4-1. Had an Olympico. Absolutely amazing, and then another wonder strike. Very similar to what he did versus Richmond earlier on this season in their 4-0 win. Was able to grab goal of the week for that one. Be curious to see what the committee follows it up with. And in that conversation, just looking around, is he the MVP? For my money, he is.
We'll get to that in a second. The lone throwing coming in. The header tipped over the bar by Farinho, but it's coming out the other way. Free kick awarded to Vegas. If I had a vote, I don't think you can give it to anybody else other than Ledesma. Setting a record for assists, well into double digits in goals, and your side wins the Shield. Where would FC Cincinnati be without Manu Ledesma?
Agreed. 100% back you on that one, and write that down because that never happens.
Well, you said mark the date earlier for plenty of history being made. I guess you can add that one to the tally. I don't know if Nicholas Murray from USLsoccer.com is going to add that to his write-up tomorrow morning, but we'll see. This one whipped across the face of goal, and Raul Mendiola, a bit tardy, leaving to the back post party. Well, how big of a spark plug has he been for Las Vegas? I mean, you talk about MVPs for a team, he'd have to be right up there with Carlos Alvarez for Las Vegas Lights FC.
He has quietly amassed 9 goals on the season, 3 in the past 2 games. He's been that spark. Unfortunately for Isidro Sanchez, it's hard to get it lit. It's hard to get him going sometimes. He said, you know, he's one of those players that really struggles with the mental side of the game, struggles off the field with personal issues that carry onto the pitch. If you can get him pointed in the right direction and keep him in consistent form, he is someone that can take over the entirety of a game. Just hasn't been often enough for the Lights.
Here he is, driving towards the middle of the field, trying to link up, but the pass just out of his reach from Guzman. Aiden Quinn had it deflected, and it was deflected via hand, otherwise known as a handball, and a free kick for Orange County. I had to get my first Maddenism out of the way, Devin. I'm sorry. I know how you feel about it. It's too early?
You couldn't wait till the 16th minute?
No. Long ball sent ahead, Bierman. Won't be able to get there. He's one of the changes that Braden Cloutier has made. And what a magnificent job the first-year manager has done with this Orange County side. Just 2 returning members from a year ago, Devin, and Richard Chaplow and Zach Kobayashi. Basically a complete overhaul in between the 2017 and 2018 campaigns. And Braden Cloutier admitted that he knew it could be successful, but this quickly probably wasn't in the cards as far as his mind was concerned, maybe during preseason. But boy, this team has gelled. He said they really went after specific types of players. They started out by position, as this will travel out of play. And then one of the biggest things, and something that he probably mentions in every one of our phone calls with him, Devin, is character. He loves going after people with just a good head on their shoulders, men of high character, and just good people. And when you think about his midfield, Aiden Quinn and Christian Duke, who were his 2 first signings, I don't think you can find 2 better human beings in the USL.
You take a look around the league in general, and the most successful coaches will say that. They'll tell you that they not only want talent, they want someone who's going to come in and buy into their system. Alan Koch tells us that from FC Cincinnati all the time, and his process that took him some time. Much more accelerated here in Orange County. But if you look at the metrics between the 2 squads, eerily similar. Both teams coming into tonight sitting on 62 goals for. The only difference is on the defensive side of the ball. 29 goals against for Cincinnati. Again, this is prior to the Richmond game. 33 for Orange County. So very close. Now the point total, 9 points difference. That's 3 games. So FC Cincinnati been more clutch in that time frame. But that's crazy to think, because FC Cincinnati, after tonight, they've gone 20 unbeaten. So you're looking at a squad that has consistently been able to put numbers up on the board, yet defensively lock it up. That is a stark difference from what we saw last year. Last year, they carried a -4 goal differential, and unfortunately finished 10th in the West. Could not accelerate in a postseason under Logan Pause.
Referee was thinking about blowing his whistle, elects not to. It's Eric Avila who's taking advantage of it. Sprays it over to the far side. Now it's Omar Salgado, former #1 overall pick in the MLS draft. Salgado keeps it low, and it just glances past that far post. Well, Salgado hasn't scored since September 9th against Los Dos, and to be quite frank, Devin, it was a goal that he probably shouldn't have had. It was right at the keeper from Los Dos vom Stieg, but he was mighty close here.
Kevin Alston needs to do a better job of pushing him to the byline here. You cannot give him that much space. As a defender, you want to close that gap. Make sure you're continuously giving yourself the right angle, but at the same point in time, can't let him pull it.
And the ball did travel out of play. And when talking with Isidro Sanchez about Omar Salgado, he said that he's probably the closest thing that Isidro has had to a younger brother. He says he grew up with all sisters. He treats Omar like one of his own. He says Omar's ambitions are just sky high, and he's such a competitive kid, and sometimes that can get in the way of his game. And he has so many closed-door conversations with Omar about his progress as a professional footballer. And he always tells him that if you can help Las Vegas Lights FC, then it's going to help you in the long run and help you get to where you want to be. As Avila, nice interplay with Raul Mendiola, gets it towards the back post. And the header goes through everybody. Ochoa picking up the loose pieces over on the far side. Rafa Garcia just stabs at it, but it's right to the foot of Richard Chaplow. Aidan Quinn looking to pull the strings. Lofting a great ball ahead towards Thomasina Voltsen. The Dane will be able to get there. He had one of the 5 goals against the Monarchs a week ago tonight. Great little ball through, and Bierman unable to get there. Farinha read it the entire way. And just the creativity in the final third from Orange County, especially with the amount of confidence that they're playing with. More than visible.
Loads of confidence, eyes in the back of the head at certain points in time. You can see Avila doing a good job getting a hand on the overlapping run by Bierman right at the top of the 18. Probably saved a goal.
Now a foul against Orange County in the 20th minute. And a good set piece opportunity here for Vegas. Daniel Guzman standing on top of it, as well as Rafa Garcia. Aidan Quinn with his 10th goal of the season is the difference right now. Garcia looking to change all of that. Salgado now in the neighborhood. Salgado scored his first goal for Las Vegas Lights FC by way of a free kick against Portland Timbers 2. Ended up being the game winner. Salgado will knock it along for Garcia. He keeps it low, takes a deflection, and somehow Andre Rawls hangs on to it. Devin, we've seen all types of trickery from Las Vegas, not only from set pieces, but from penalties as well this year. This is no different.
You see them constantly trying to make their opponent second guess what's going on. This is most likely going over the end line, but still sure-handed by Andre Rawls. Smart to bring it down.
Villa cuts it out. Slides it along for Raul Mendiola. Looking for the big switch with his off left foot. Well, for Orange County, just 2 games remain after their trip to Sin City. Home against S2 and on the road against Reno. As they'll look to continue their fine form and look to continue, as Brandon Cloutier said, put pressure on Phoenix every time out. Braden said that their team walk that they normally go on when they're on road trips such as this was probably the most eventful team walk that they've had all year, walking down the strip in Las Vegas.
Unfortunately, I've never had the pleasure. One day.
One day.
I can barely make it out of my hometown right now. Don't let me lose in that city. Bad idea.
Here's Salgado after the turnover. Trying to knock it through and read well in the end by the Orange County back line. It was Alex Cronali. V up for the header. Joe Amico being hounded by Mendiola. Good defending from Vegas. Now what can they do with it after they win it? Ferrigno will just send it away. And Hume's header a little bit too far out in front of Joe Amico. Long throwing from Quebecia. And another corner coming up for the home side. They've responded well since the Aidan Quinn opener in the 8th minute, but nothing tangible to show for it just yet. And as we've seen so many times from Vegas this year, they'll send 2 out to every single corner, including one of their tallest players, Omar Salgado. It'll be Rafa Garcia in an outswinger, skips all the way through and cleared away by Bierman. Only as far as Christian Torres. His delivery back in, challenging Hume.
This is something that I understand the trickery from Las Vegas Lights. Isidro Sanchez has told us multiple times exactly what they're going to do. But you're sending your ace in the hole, one of your most talented players on the pitch, out as a decoy half the time. You don't even use him. There are plenty of players with plenty of possibilities that can step on here and serve a ball into the box. Let Salgado get involved.
And it's not only that, Devin, but what really puzzles me is the fact that they'll rarely, if ever, actually play that short ball and at least give them a different look. It's always delivery.
You're telling me Raul Mendiola can't step up there and hit a ball? He can whip a ball in with the best of them. That's why you've got him out there. Obviously his goal scoring abilities, but how many times have you seen him go in one-on-one, get down into the channel and serve a ball into the box? It's no different from a set piece opportunity. We've seen it from Eric. He's done it. I mean, even look up top. Sammy Ochoa can hit a dead ball too. You obviously don't want to put him in that spot. You want that big frame. But there are so many guys that possess the capability of doing that. Why not take a shot?
We've called a lot of games together, but
unfortunately.
Say a little bit louder so everybody at home can hear you. But honestly, it is one of the more puzzling things that I've seen this year in the United Soccer League. Listen, you and I are sitting here for a reason, and Isidro is a coach for a reason, but I just can't understand having one of what's supposed to be your best offensive weapons and standing at 6'4", not occupying one of their biggest defenders, whether it be Hume or Cronali or whoever it is, to at least occupy them. Quebecia will do the same, and then there will be a mismatch somewhere else on the field.
It's quite difficult to justify it. And that's something that we should address. We should ask Isidro about it. But we brought it up before, but you know, he likes the fact that he can put his number 8, Salgado, on the ball because he trusts him. And you brought it up, but you know, again, for my money, I want him in the run of play. I want him in the mixer. I want him on the end of the ball if possible. That's not usually available.
Quinn, how good of a ball was that? And if Ricardo Ferrigno wasn't who he is, Enevoldsen's probably in, but Ferrigno always not exactly where he's supposed to be. And it has paid dividends for him in the past, but we've also seen it come back to bite him and his club in the butt. One of the more entertaining players to watch in the USL this season?
Absolutely.
Bierman brings it down. It's right to Enevoldsen. Bierman's offside, so Enevoldsen's going to have to do this himself. Now looking for an option. Delivers it towards the back post. And a corner kick coming up for Orange County.
It was a good look at the Dane having a conversation with Bierman on the left side. Did not like the movement off the ball when he brought it down. That's something as an outside midfielder you have to understand. As soon as your space starts to become occupied, you need to find a way to help out and support. Should have brought another run around to the side or doubled back and let that space be occupied by Eni Voltsen. Not the case, they get a corner.
Aiden Quinn and Hume's header into the supporters section. The very first bobblehead night in Lights history takes place on Saturday night, September 29th. The first 5,000 fans will receive the limited edition Cash the Soccer Rocker bobbleheads presented by ESPN Deportes. Get your tickets at lightsfc.com/September. I thought when I was going through that read, they were going to say the first 5,000 fans get $5,000. Or the leftover from the helicopter.
Too late.
Where's your bobblehead night?
It's in back order. It's been the reverberating message to me. It's on
Is
back
that what
order.
it is? Back order?
It's back order. It'll come.
Or is it sort of like that movie that's in theaters for a week and then automatically goes to DVD?
No, 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 not like that at all. It's going to be way less successful than that.
In for Guzman. Now here's Mendiola. 1v1 with Amico. Raul Mendiola going for the curler. It's off the bar. Back out to Avia. Avia with a great turn. Salgado on the first time. Then Las Vegas, the closest they've come to their equalizer tonight. And it was Raul Mendiola denied by the woodwork.
It'd be very easy for critics to step in and ask for this ball to be laid off to number 12, Eric Avila, on the trailing run on the right side. But this is why Mendiola is so special. He's showing you why he's netted 3 times in the past 2 games. When your striker is in a good run of play, you let him continue his progress. Mendiola hits the woodwork, but that's exactly what you want to see from one of your number 9s.
Well, he is most certainly a spark plug. And Las Vegas trying to fan the flame. Here's Duke. Eni Voltsen. Heavy first touch. The press is still on from Orange County. Quinn. It's going to fall right for Eni Voltsen after the deflection. Thomas Eni Voltsen. Well, it was more than a fortuitous bounce for Orange County. But Thomas Eni Voltsen usually doesn't need luck. It's an emphatic finish from the Dane. His tally continues to rise. Orange County continue to prove to be one of the best teams in the Western Conference. And it's now 2-0 in the 32nd.
You draw up the scouting report. The last thing you want to be involved is Lady Luck. That comes into focus here. Eni Voltsen trailing back. Ball drops right on the foot of the Dane. And oh, by the way, Cameron Lancaster, have a look over your shoulder. That's 18 on the year, just 3 behind in the Golden Boot race. Eni Voltsen wants to keep it close. Still having a say down the stretch for Orange County Soccer Club.
Well, I'll tell you what, despite the fact that Orange County were playing so well in the last 25 minutes of that game against the Monarchs, and even when they were up 4-2, I don't think I've ever seen somebody so upset with themselves or so anxious to score a goal than Thomas Eni Voltsen. He is just a phenomenal competitor and just a goal-scoring hound. And if he's not getting his, he feels like he's doing his team a disservice, which is obviously the furthest thing from the case. Because not only does he have 18 goals, he's got 9 assists as well. So 1 more assist, and Aiden Quinn and Thomas Eni Voltsen can join the double-double club on the same night. Darwin Jones on the turn. This could get ugly for Las Vegas. Jones had it poked away by Huiki. Jones recovers it. In for Bierman on the turn. Enevoldsen couldn't keep it in Las Vegas territory. It's always interesting to see how teams respond in their midweek, but for Braden Cloutier's side, they've had a full week to think about it. Their last game against the Monarchs last Wednesday. And they have another 10 days off after this one before they take on S2 at championship. Las Vegas looking to respond yet again. Takes a deflection, Mendiola. Some nifty footwork to get out of trouble, but the flag was up. Oh, and Devin, we forgot to mention that Michael Seaton, who was injured a couple of weeks ago, but still trying to get match fit, as this is a bad giveaway from Rawls. Ochoa trying to make the most of it. Lays it off for Garcia. It was intended for Guzman. It'll be a long throw in for Las Vegas, but with the giveaway from Rawls, I'm sure Isidro was expecting his side to execute a little bit better. A rare mistake from the loanee from New York City FC. Rafa Garcia drives it towards the opposite corner flag. Mendiola, a little bit too much to handle even for him. Well, it's certainly a game of inches at times. If Mendiola's shot that had hit the crossbar had gone in, probably don't expect to Orange County have their lead doubled, especially with that wild bounce that fell right to the foot of Enevoldsen. Just 10 minutes remaining in this first half. Aiden Quinn and Thomas Enevoldsen, the goal scorers. Orange County on their way to clinching at least one home playoff game for the 2018 postseason. As this one will fall nicely for Quebecia. Las Vegas pull one back. The soccer gods are just. A fortuitous bounce for the home side now, and it's 2-1. And Lights goals are sponsored by Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas. It's a poacher's goal for Quebecia.
He'll take it. Juan Carlos Garcia, known as Quebecia, just drifting into the middle of the box. We saw the deflection on one end. This time Orange County turns it over. Unfortunately, the ball drops right in front of number 17. And how many times have you seen him do that? You give the marksman an opportunity, he will hit the bullseye. He does it and gets them to within one.
I'm sure a clean sheet had to be running through the minds of the Orange County players, as well as Braden Cloutier. They have 11 clean sheets on this season, Devin, but only 2 in their last 11 matches. They have conceded a decent amount of goals, and they've had some winning streaks and unbeaten streaks broken up by teams that you would not expect them to. You saw that graphic at the beginning of the game and at the top of the broadcast. They've had some notable losses to the likes of Los Dos, albeit on the road, but that home loss against RGV, those are the types of matches that are not going to lend you to be in control of your own destiny at this point in the season. Phoenix Rising has not dropped points at home to RGV. They have not dropped points at home to Los Dos, and that is sort of why Phoenix is in the position that they're in. And maybe if there's one nitpicky thing you're going to talk about Braden Cloutier's side when moving into the postseason, it's their lack of clean sheets. Here's Avila getting around Enevoldsen. Eric Avila on the move around Jones. Still Avila towards the byline, and a foul eventually going to be called. And a good set piece opportunity for Las Vegas.
You're spot on, Tyler. You have to also remember the form of Andre Rawls took a dip. He picked up that injury versus Phoenix Rising right around midseason, and it took him much longer than they expected to get back. 5 or 6 weeks. Casey Byers steps in, did his job. You're the backup. You don't wear the #1 for a reason. That's okay. In comes Casey Byers. To be fair, he actually does wear #1.
I was about to say, Rawls wears 12.
He's not the #1 shirt. And Andre Rawls has just really struggled to find that form that he had early on. He was the midseason goalkeeper of the year, voted on by critics and fans, and they'd love to get him back. Loney from NYCFC, he's fantastic. They'd like to get him back to where he was early on.
He's got some work to do here. Las Vegas looking to equalize before the half. Rafa Garcia. Mendiola just dipping his toe in, gets enough on it. Avila. That's well done to find Garcia. Now back for Mendiola. His delivery towards the back post is a good one. The first time hit, scuffed wide. And Rawls is somebody who Braden Cloutier said is just a terrific keeper. He'd love to be able to lock him up. His future is uncertain with Orange County, being on loan from NYCFC. And he's a guy who, while he was voted, obviously, the midseason goalkeeper of the year, Braden Cloutier said, we're probably not in this position if it weren't for Andre Rawls. There was one game in particular at San Antonio that he pointed out, and I went back and watched some of the highlights from that game. He stood on his head, and that was one of those matches where you just say the keeper kept you in that game and allowed you to be able to get points.
Unfortunately, for Braden, he's not just dealing with, hey, do you want to play here in Orange County? Another team owns him, so they have the rights. And then what could happen with the MLS expansion draft? Is another team going to scoop him up? Maybe someone else in the USL. There are so many variables at play, unfortunately, for the manager. But regardless, he is a fantastic talent who's shown you that he can get it done at the highest of levels.
An Orange County move was broken up by a great sliding challenge from Eric Avila, who's been an excellent addition for Las Vegas. There is a look at Rawls. Played his college ball at St. Mary's. Here's Hume, just lofting it forward. Bierman offside.
Not bad service coming out of the back by Walker Hume, though his brother might have something to say about it. Tucker scored a nice bicycle.
Scored again tonight.
Did he?
He did.
And Nashville ended up winning 2-0.
They did.
It's good 3 points for them.
They needed it. Moving into a playoff position now.
And Gary Smith will be very happy.
Here's Salgado. It's more miscommunication from Orange County. His delivery off of Cernali. He's claiming that it came off of Salgado after the fact, and indeed it did, despite Salgado's efforts. One of the oldest tricks in the book that I'm sure you tried to pull 1 or 2 times in your career.
Hey, quick, go get it and play before he sees us.
Avila up for the header, the 30-year-old veteran. Darwin Jones gets it off. Farinho spills it, but able to collect in the end. Quick delivery the other way. Ochoa lets it run through. He's got Hume beat for pace. Ochoa into the corridor of uncertainty, but nobody there for Vegas. Salgado jousting with Alston, and it's going to be a corner. John Freeman lets him play. Devin, you like that?
Some solid work by Salgado, I do. Probably gets away with one. The referee very close, too. Surprised that he didn't call him for that outstretched arm, but it's good work by the forward to apply the press up top. Gained a corner out of it.
It'll be Salgado this time, an outswinger. Hume wins it. So here's another thing that continues to frustrate me and puzzle me, is that they're going to go always for the outswinger out of the two players who were standing on top of the wall. So it was Garcia on the right side. It's Salgado taking it on the left side. Please help me understand.
I wish I could. It goes against the grain in so many different ways. A lot of times you'll see situations where you want to whip this ball in with pace, some nice rotation, let the big bodies run onto it, get a flick to the back post, and challenge the goalkeeper. That's not the case whatsoever. Now, not saying that it's not useful. Switching things up, I like it. We've seen them bring the cue cards on the sideline to really confuse the opposition. I think they're confused when they show up in general, but they run a different system than most teams do. They do things out of the norm. That's how Vegas is. That's okay.
It's interesting that you say that, because when we asked Isidro Sanchez his thoughts on Orange County, why they've been able to be so successful, and he kind of shrugged it off. He was like, they play very differently than us, but I can understand why they're so successful. As Avia delivers it, it's a great ball in, looking for Huiki. How important of a touch was that from Alex Crinali? It won't show up in the box score, but you can mark it down as a goal-saving play.
We've seen Huiki get on the end of these multiple times this season. Usually it's with his head. Crinali right on cue. Tyler steps in, gets that outstretched leg on Huiki, challenges him, and gives that tiny little touch, which allows Rolls to step up and collect the ball. It's great defending.
And we're getting word that we'll have 2 minutes of stoppage time here in the first half. Darwin Jones just scoops it back for Joe Amico. Hume gives it away. Mendiola. Good challenge from Christian Duke. And the foul on Rafa Garcia. They go quickly the other way. Ina Voltsin beat to the punch by Ricardo Ferrigno. And there is the fourth official making it official. 120 seconds added on as Guzman racing to keep it in play. Devin, do you see anybody catching Cameron Lancaster for the Golden Boot at this point?
No.
No? It's a hard no.
Not happening. It's not happening. It's with the opposition, everything that's going on. Not saying can't happen. Just don't see it happening.
Chaplow takes down Garcia. Those two sharing lasagna recipes.
You have to remember Louisville coming down the stretch. They're playing at Toronto too, which they're gonna. That's a vendetta match. They owe them one, and so that should be a 3 points. And then Lancaster should get involved. Then they're hosting NCFC, which unfortunately they let too many things slide early on. They were actually gifted a penalty kick in the 16th minute against the Battery tonight. Joe Kuzminski stepped up, made a great save. When I say great save, it was probably one of the easiest PK saves you've ever seen in your entire life. Try to get Quirky go right down the middle of the chip.
I believed you for a second.
And then from there, the Battery just took over. They won 2-0. And then they deal with Indy 11. So great opportunity for Cam to get a couple more down the stretch.
Christian Torres. Ochoa elevated. Andre Rawls trying to sort out the mess, punches it away. Salgado just dinks it back in the middle of the flick. It's in! It's Miguel Garduño! Intuition at its finest amidst all the mess in front. And Las Vegas have drawn level right before the half.
Who says defenders are good for nothing in the final third? It's just a play you keep alive. Bit of a domino effect. And the quality turns to clinical right at the top of the 6-yard box. Nice deflection in. Garduno with the cheeky flick of the back heel, able to level things up at the death.
So the fans here at Cashman are loving it. Phoenix Rising Football Club fans are loving it as Orange County squander a 2-0 lead in the last 7 minutes of the first half. Devin, what do we make of this?
Brent Cloutier is going to be extremely upset with his squad. A lot of opportunities for them on the road. They were able to get 2, but it was sloppy on the defensive side of things. They should have shored things up. You have to give credit to Las Vegas Lights. Would be very easy right now for them to put their heads down. That's not the case. This is Pride at its best. Expect some fireworks in the second half.
So Miguel Garduno with a terrific goal that'll certainly be nominated for a goal of the week in the United Soccer League. Orange County were up 2, but Las Vegas said anything you can do, we can do equally better. We're headed to the halftime show. Vegas 2, Orange County 2.
Universal helped me eliminate my electric utility bill.
Call today and get the lifetime monitoring and maintenance package included. Own your system. Don't lease. Call Universal Solar Direct. 702-710-1921. That's 702-710-1921.
I got drive like I work with Uber. Yeah, cooking like curry, so respect the shoot. Huh. Your heart may harden the way I maneuver. Yeah, I heard a kid like
John.
I'll do anything to sell your car.
Hello, I'm Governor Brian Sandoval. There's a lot of confusion lately about health insurance. Nevada HealthLink can help you shop for and enroll in a plan that fits your needs and your budget. Visit NevadaHealthLink.com to review your options and enroll.
Halftime here at Cashman, and what a turn of events we had in the last 5 minutes as Las Vegas Lights FC were able to turn a 2-goal deficit into what now looks like a point, and it's the 3 points that Orange County, I'm sure, thought that they had in the bag. Tyler Terrence along with Devin Kerr, and obviously with all this madness going on, we'll take a look at the Western Conference standings. And I mentioned how Phoenix Rising fans are loving the fact that Orange County are starting to slip a little bit here in Sin City, and you can only imagine why. With Phoenix just 1 point off, they're going to be 2 games in hand after tonight. Orange County will have 10 days off. Phoenix taking on a red-hot Anthony Poulos St. Louis FC at the weekend. Devin, I mean, Phoenix just chomping at the bit right now. Orange County are going to drop points.
Keep an eye at the playoff line as well. Reno goes out tonight at home. They get a 4-0 victory versus RGV. This weekend, St. Louis taking on Phoenix Rising. If St. Louis loses, San Antonio is sitting pretty. They are right on the doorstep at that number 8 spot.
And with that, a look at the schedule. San Antonio hosting S2. You would figure that that's going to be 3 points, but again, with these, especially these 2 sides as well as sides that have been mathematically eliminated, they're sometimes the most dangerous. Monarchs at home against the Switchbacks, you'd like to say that that should be 3 points as well, but given their recent form, they can't beat anybody right now, let alone get a point. Phoenix is hosting St. Louis, as we mentioned. Sacramento Republic and Portland Timbers, too. the conference standings, I mean, if you look at 4 through, you could call it 8, there could be a ton of movement in the last 2 weeks.
We made the reference earlier that Toronto FC2 is owed one by Louisville because they beat them at Slugger Field. Colorado Springs took down Real Monarchs just a few weeks ago. They beat them 1-0. So Steve Tritchu and his boys, although mathematically eliminated, still have something to say about this fight in the Western Conference. T2 Sac Republic. Who's going to get that 4 spot? That's a tasty one.
And who would have thought that that game would matter as far as T2 is concerned at the end of 2017? We're going to take a look at all the buzz around the USL that has been circulating around USL Pro and the rebranding. Unbelievable stuff, and that has had the entire footballing world buzzing, or at least within the United States, just in terms of the rebranding for the United Soccer League, going to be USL Pro, absorbing the PDL, going to be called League Two, as we'll take a look at the entire breakdown. Devin, I know something that you and I had been talking about as a possibility, and then when it became a reality, you were one of the first people that I called. And it's just so exciting, and while there might be a lot of people who are saying, well, what does it matter if promotion relegation isn't involved? The fact that this is happening in itself and it's all coming under one umbrella, obviously with D3, we always knew that that was the case, but League Two, which is going to be formerly known as the PDL, I mean, this is the step to get there, and this is also just a giant step for North American soccer.
Regardless of what you like or dislike, let's just drop down to the bottom of this graphic. Right under USL League Two, formerly PDL. Look at that stat. 70% of MLS draftees played in the PDL, now USL League Two. That is an astronomical number that is only good for the growth of this sport in this country, and it's only going to continue to have a massive impact on this game, this league, going forward.
Well, how many players have we seen coming up through the ranks of the PDL, playing for the Michigan Bucks, playing for the Ventura County Fusion, playing for the Mississippi Brilla? I mean, it is left and right how many of these guys, when they're in college, will go during the summer to play for these PDL sides, obviously not get paid, but it's such a terrific opportunity for them to get professional, semi-professional minutes, and now it's going to be flat-out professional minutes, and it's all within the confines of the United Soccer League. And Devin, it's incredible to be a part of, and we're seeing the game grow at astronomical levels right before our eyes.
Can't really say it much more. You go a step further in the likes of Tormenta FC out of South Georgia, and even Des Moines Menace. I mean, we hear stuff coming out of Des Moines Menace that they feel that squad could challenge some of the USL squads. Absolutely amazing.
Well, it's still 2-2 between Lights FC and Orange County. Halftime here at Cashman. When we come back, first half highlights, stats, and of course, second half kickoff. Don't go anywhere.
Super good! Jarritos. Super good! Que bueno son!
With rising electric bills, now is the time to call Universal Solar Direct to take advantage of tax rebates and years of continued savings. Own your system. Don't lease. Call Universal Solar Direct now. 702-710-1921. That's 702-710-1921.
At Chivas Fight Club, we believe there's a fighter in all of us. A mind that's always moving, thinking, sparring, and a heart that won't be knocked down. We believe in staying devoted to the fight, because every dream is worth fighting for. On the rise to the top, hard work should be rewarded, and success always shared. What are you fighting for?
Have you ever thought about riding a Harley-Davidson? Visit one of our Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Shop Henderson, Red Rock, or Las Vegas Harley-Davidson. Finding freedom just got a lot easier. Ride out on a new Harley-Davidson and leave the excuses behind. Now and throughout the Las Vegas Light Soccer season, you can sign up and win one of 2 great prizes: a pair of Lights tickets or Harley-Davidson Riding Academy classes for 1. Visit us at Henderson Harley-Davidson, Gibson and Warm Springs, Red Rock Harley-Davidson, Rainbow and Sahara, and Las Vegas Harley-Davidson on the Strip.
Las Vegas Lights take on OKC Energy FC Saturday, September 29th at 8 p.m.
Brought down, shot, ripped in!
Join us at Cashman Field or tune in for all the action on MyLV Channel 21, Cable 12.
Lights FC is brought to you by NV Energy. Download the Lights FC mobile phone app today, powered by NV Energy. By your Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Learn to ride or ride better at the Harley-Davidson Riding Academy. And by Boston Dental, official dentist of Lights FC. There's a nice look at Dolly and Dottie as we're heading to the second half here in Sin City. Lights FC, how about the comeback in the first 45 minutes, Devin? And in the beginning, it was all Orange County. As in the early going, Darwin Jones and company challenging Ricardo Ferrigno, and it's Aiden Quinn getting his 10th of the season and joining that prestigious double-double club.
It's a great job by Aiden Quinn, but check out the flat feet. A lot of ball watching going on by Las Vegas Lights. Weekie drifts to the near post. He's better than that. Veteran leadership has to come up. You wear the captainship for a reason. Rafael Garcia stuck right around the penalty mark. Both of them should have done better on the deflection and marking by Aiden Quinn. But again, he becomes the 3rd player in modern era to hit the double-double, goals and assists, 10 or more. Done such a great job. Then the benefactors, a great deflection to Uni Voltson. He says, you know what? I think I got a horse in this race. Cameron Lancaster, I'm coming for you. Grabs his 18th on the season.
A wild deflection. You can see Ricardo Ferrigno after the fact. He's looking for an offsides call and then realized that there's no chance he's going to get one. So far, so good for Brayden Cloutier's side, right? Well, Las Vegas had other thoughts, and especially given the fact that they're eliminated mathematically from the postseason, why not just go ahead and try and equalize this one? Quebecia doing his part making it 2-1 just a few minutes before the half. Raul Mendiola's ball wasn't the best, but a fortuitous bounce for Las Vegas on the other side.
Deflection on one end that really caused them concern. But you know what? They didn't put their heads down. They continued. Cabecchia follows suit, does a good job putting himself right place, right time, gets it to 2-1. Then right at the end of the first half, we saw things go back and forth. Great ball played back in. Sometimes it's those second and third looks. In this case, it's about the 5th or 6th touch by Las Vegas Lights. Starts to play the domino effect. Garduño gets involved, 45 minutes plus. Clever little back heel, gets it even. They're 2-2 at halftime.
So Miguel Garduño with his first goal this season. And halftime stats are brought to you by your Southern Nevada Harley-Davidson dealers. Learn to ride or ride better at the Harley-Davidson Riding Academy. Possession, more or less the same. Shots on target, we can call it the same at 3 apiece. And really, Devin, you could make the argument that Las Vegas had the better of the play, especially after Orange County scored their first goal. You know, a fortuitous bounce for Thomas Enevoldsen allows him to score the second. But really, it hasn't been a bad half of football from Isidro Sanchez's side. They've just been a little bit unlucky. Ricardo Farino, that's not the first time in the past few weeks that we've seen him spill something in front that's led to a tap in the other way.
You can look at it, it's two schools of thought. One, could he have been more sure-handed? Possibly. It's difficult. It's close range. He's trying to get a hand on the ball. He makes a decent save. You'd like him to get both hands on the ball, but still, when you give up a deflection as a goalkeeper, kids at home, that's not where you want to put it. You want to try and push this to the side if possible. So either keep it out in front of you or push it to the side. You do not want it going right down the middle of your net. Aiden Quinn said thank you very much and was able to bury it.
And how about this? Michael Seaton coming on and replacing Mats Bierman. I'm sure Braden Cloutier had no plans of playing Michael Seaton unless it was just for fitness purposes in this match on the road against the team like Las Vegas, who's eliminated. But given the situation and given the fact they want to continue to put pressure on Phoenix and obviously get as many points as possible heading down the stretch, he's going to bring on Seaton, his first appearance since September 9th.
We've seen this in the past before, the change by Braden, and expect Enevoldsen to step out on the left side of the pitch. Seaton will probably run alone up top so that he can have a better run of play, get some balls out in front of him. Christian Duke, Aiden Quinn will continue to try and link up with Enevoldsen, but they need to search for something. This is an excellent opportunity for them to get out in front. Again, Phoenix Rising has games in hand, but you were just sitting a tad bit out in front earlier on. Do you really want to give them another opportunity to be 2 games in hand, only sitting 2 points or so up? I don't think so.
Michael Seaton called for offside. Just 22 years old, the Jamaican. Came up through the DC Youth Academy. Foul called against Cabecchia. And Michael Seaton, somebody that Braden Cloutier firmly believes is going to hit the double-digit mark as well on goals. And, well, he's done it this season. He always knew that Thomas Enevoldsen and Seaton were both going to join that goal-scoring feat. Aiden Quinn becoming a member of that as well. To have 3 players in double digits in goals, you would probably expect that side to be in first place or hovering right around it like Orange County are. There's some other teams around the Western Conference that could certainly use a little bit of goal scoring help. As this one sent in, Sammy Ochoa with the flick. How about this turnaround from Las Vegas Lights FC? Down 2-0 and now lead 3-2. It's Sammy Ochoa. And Lights goals are sponsored by Plaza Hotel and Casino in downtown Las Vegas. Devin, 3 unanswered.
It has taken him quite some time to get involved. They said he's made such an impact from a formation standpoint and on the defensive side of the ball. Go get yours up top, buddy. The number 9, so effective. He strikes right at the start of the second half to get his squad the lead. You cannot ask anything more from Sammy Ochoa.
It's the first goal for Ochoa since July 22nd. Raul Mendiola with the assist. And now a problem for Braden Cloutier's side. Hayden Quinn trying to be part of the solution. Thinks it through, encouraging Chaplow forward, but the offside flag is up. Well, Devin, one of our keys to the game for Orange County was don't sleep. They were wide awake in the first 10 minutes. They were able to get their go-ahead goal. A bit lucky on the second, but they had their 2-0 lead, and seemingly they hit the snooze button.
One of the things we haven't talked about that can affect this game, except for the smoke early on, is the stadium. Cashman is so difficult to come and play in. A lot of distractions. It's different than any sort of venue that you're used to, not just in the USL, but in the sport in general. And to come in here with everything on the line, trying to really secure that #1 spot, it's very difficult to do. They got an early start, but have not been able to close things out. Wonder what went on at halftime and exactly what the message was by Braden Cloutier and his boys.
It'll fall for Darwin Jones. Jones letting it fly, and a good challenge on the near side from Christian Torres.
Darwin Jones, why don't you hit this? Ball falls right in front of you. We talked about all the positive bounces these two squads are getting. You collect this right at the top of the 18. The only thing that happens here is you close down your opportunity. Great defending, nice little step over. Good job by Christian Torres going to ground.
Quinn's delivery is a good one. Back out from Canali. Quinn. Hume trying to take it on the first time. Lays it back off. Christian Duke. Saved by Farinho. Boy, Christian Duke got all of that. Now Las Vegas looking to go the other way. Raul Mendiola passes it right to Kevin Alston. Now it's Crenali, the center back, trying to find Darwin Jones. And Devin, you talked about center backs not being good for anything in the final third. Explain this to me.
Garduño made me very proud earlier, but this one, Crenali, help me out, buddy. What are you doing? That's a wasted opportunity by Orange County as well. When Las Vegas Lights started to go the other direction, all of them kind of threw their hands up in disgust that they couldn't continue the counterattack. There were 4 guys sitting on the other side of the ball. They had a great opportunity to capitalize on the open space, but could not close it out. And you hate to think for Braden Cloutier of what could have been, because it's starting to get that feeling where these opportunities are starting to slip away. You go up by 2. Vegas Lights pulls it back in. Now they're out in front. What is your response going to be?
Quinn. Seaton was trying to knot it along for Ina Voltson. And Devin. When we asked Isidro Sanchez what they were trying to accomplish for the last portion of this season, I mean, anybody who's had the chance to speak to him knows he's an extremely confident man, and even the fact that his side has been eliminated mathematically from the postseason, he still believes that they, for the most part, deserve to be there. I'm not exactly sure that holds a ton of weight at this point, but he says he wants to continue to go out and prove that his side deserves to be there, and they have a couple of opportunities against some of the top teams in the Western Conference. They're taking Orange County on tonight, obviously. They're taking on Phoenix a week from today. And if they're able to get some of these results, it's a lot of positive things moving forward for this club, and it might attract some good talent heading into the 2019 season.
It'll give his argument the ability to hold some more water, because right now it doesn't.
Garcia's delivery is low.
We've referenced the results that they've gotten over the course of the 2018 season so far, but coming down the stretch, Tyler, you are spot on. Right now, leading Orange County. OKC Energy already eliminated. They had their fate sealed on Sunday versus Sac Republic.
Crowd wanting a foul. Daniel Guzman gives it away right to Chaplow.
The final 3, excellent. You're going to go to Toyota Field.
Seaton still with it. Michael Seaton shot takes a deflection and somehow sneaks in. What a match we have on our hands here at Cashman. It's anybody's game, and right now it's a point apiece. Michael Seaton, the second half substitute with his 11th goal of the season. 3-3.
Maybe the Jamaican is the spark that they needed. Ricardo Ferreño, known for the finger wagging. When he makes a great save, you can only point the finger at yourself on this one. Cannot allow yourself to get bitten near post. This takes a tiny deflection off Wiki, but as a goalkeeper, you have to put yourself at the right place, right time, slide over to your right and make that save. Seaton makes the most of it, gets his 11th on the season, and gets the equalizer.
It's a goal-scoring bonanza here in Sin City. It's the three top dogs for Orange County. Seaton, Nina Voltson, and Quinn, the three goal scorers for Las Vegas. Well, I wouldn't exactly call Miguel Gardino a prolific goal scorer. He got his first of the season as the equalizer. Quebecia cut the deficit in half when it was 2-0 for Orange County, and obviously Sammy Ochoa at the beginning of the second half. Chaplow, it was read by Ferreño. Well, the line coming into tonight, Devin, was Orange County minus a goal. Would you have taken it?
Yeah, of course you would have.
Got some pretty good odds on a draw as well. Good fight between Ochoa and Joe Amico. And how about that sportsmanship? Two terrific competitors. Las Vegas Lights FC on the move yet again. Salgado striding forward with great purpose, taken down. And the referee will not play the advantage as Las Vegas were bottled up. And a free kick coming up for the home side. And look at Raul Mendiola. He wants it quickly over on the far side. He's not going to get it, though.
You can carry two thought process other than this one. First one is Salgado. Goes to ground rather soft, but it's smart by the forward. You can see it. Now there's an arm over the back by Cronali, but there's not a boatload of force behind it. The striker abruptly puts himself to the ground, and well he should. Most players in this situation would have done the same thing.
You could see the conversation almost playing out. Can't exactly hear what's going on, sort of like the Jose Mourinho, Paul Pogba conversation that went viral today.
Easy.
You see Guzman is claiming that it should be a righty on it so that you can bend it around the wall towards the far post. Salgado is saying that if Rawls is stationed over at that left post, that it should be Salgado on top of it. It'll be Guzman, it takes a deflection, and that looked like it might have had a shot.
Keep an eye on Rawls here. He guesses a bit. He comes to his right almost immediately, expecting that that ball, no matter who hits it, is coming to his near post.
Here we go again. The eighth wonder of the world, Las Vegas Lights FC corners. Salgado. Mendiola. Lights fans, tune into ESPN Plus next Saturday, October 6th, when Las Vegas Lights FC hits the road to take on Darren Powell and San Antonio FC. Kickoff at 5:30 p.m. Thomas Enevoldsen. Quinn. Enevoldsen! Foligno had to parry it away.
Okay. We see you, Ricardo Foligno. We see you, buddy. The Dane trying to get to 19. Foligno has other ideas. This is a fantastic save from Ricardo Foligno.
Now it's Quinn. Falls for Seaton. Oh, and he pulls it wide. And the Jamaican knows that he missed an opportunity to put Orange County back on top. How about the composure on that first feint, though?
I was just about to say it's easy to look at Michael Seaton and see what he can do with the ball out in front of him, going in transition. How about this? This is class. You are composed beyond belief to bring that ball back across your body, loads of bodies in the box, and still be able to get something off. Very impressive.
Matt Thomas waiting to come on for Las Vegas. Garduño. And Garduño left his post at the center back position. Quebecia tracking back to try to fill the void. Chaplow. This is Orange County at their best. Crisp ball movement and people movement. Quinn sees it go right under his foot. Now it's Avila who's away. Fans starting to sense a goal, maybe a fourth. Amico and Avila collide. Almost gets all the way through. Rafa Garcia. Wiki. Quebecia. Christian Torres now. His delivery denied by Kevin Alston. And we are going to get that Matt Thomas substitution. Now the Las Vegas native who attended Palo Verde High School will come on and replace Daniel Guzman, Devin, who really wasn't involved too much tonight.
Didn't get the full effect out of Daniel Guzman Jr. A bad set piece opportunity a few moments ago, but never really providing full force for this offense going forward. Lacking the transitional play. Credit to the back line of Orange County. Opportunity for Matt Thomas. Got the first ever Lights FC goal. He'd like to get a few more before the season's over.
Matty Thomas is the chant from the Lights FC supporters as Salgado's delivery, albeit off balance, goes out of play.
Some good people movement.
What's the matter with you? Go home, we don't want any. Garduño brings it down with a nice touch. The center back continuing to do Devin Kerr proud. Eric Avila. Crowd claiming that Mendiola was taken down. Rafa Garcia picks it off. And just clips it out wide for Christian Torres. Now Thomas getting involved for the first time. Garcia. Mendiola trying to knock it through. Wasn't a bad idea. Avila dealing with a stingy Aiden Quinn over on the far side. Quick restart from Orange County. Chaplow somehow gets it through for Ina Voltson. The return falls for Seton. A lot of bodies hitting the deck, and it's going to be a free kick for Orange County when it's all said and done.
Do better stuff from Wiki right at the top of the box. Orange County was the team that was giving away opportunities in the first half. Las Vegas following suit now. Now who's your money on? Ina Voltson will have something to say. Aiden Quinn has been very quiet since his goal. A lot of times he plays that supporting role, but that's why you brought in Richard Chaplow, allow Quinn to go forward more. We have not seen it. The Dane lining up from solid 10 yards out.
Who do you want on this free kick?
It all depends on where the wall ends up sitting and exactly how many they're going to put in it. They've got 5 in it right now. Wiki to the left, that makes 6. Everybody's lined up. It's very difficult for Ferrigno to see this on his right side. You put this on a left footer. Left footer can go either direction here.
It'll be Quinn, but it's too high. Fans, reserve your spot on the priority list to join the 2019 season ticket member family for just a $50 deposit. Your deposit ensures that you will receive priority to reserve your preferred seat location once they are on sale to the public. Go to lightsfc.com/season-tix, T-I-X, for details. Good step from Kernally, a little bit too high for Richard Chaplow, however. Devin, is this one of those crazy goal-scoring nights where we reach sort of a plateau?
There's more to be had.
How many more?
Ooh, I knew that was coming. I mean, let's get something. That's a foul. Kernally comes over the back with both hands and just shoves him to the ground and trying to plead his case. I've been there, buddy. I mean, more power to you, but it's not going to happen. Break the wrist and walk away. Everybody's predictions coming in, which we won't say what they were, are out the window. We can agree on that.
Yeah. Flick on header, gets through, and Andre Rawls can handle it comfortably in the end. Do you want to share that with the folks at home?
I was saying,
instead of just mouthing it to me?
You're number 1 with me.
No, that's not what you were saying. You were saying one more.
One
and
more.
I hope there are 5 more, just so that you're wildly wrong.
I was going to say I had one more comment.
No, you didn't.
There's one more goal left in this game. You can see things dying down a bit, that teams trying to figure each out. The substitutes have come on. They've moved their tactical ideas around a bit more. Salgado has gone quiet. Matt Thomas hasn't really got into the run of play. They really like to utilize him down into the channel on the left side. Hasn't been the case.
Mendiola won't be able to get there. But a corner for the home side. 3-3 in the 68th minute. Orange County, #1 in the Western Conference, but if they draw Las Vegas, it might not be for long, as Phoenix will look to garner 3 points against Anthony Poulos' St. Louis FC on Saturday night. Rafa Garcia, the outswinger. And boy, Christian Duke, not exactly an enviable job standing that short 10 yards away from the corner. Took a shot off the head. Garcia again. And we'll have a whistle prior. It's Richard Chaplow getting a stern talking to. Garcia. It was Quebecia who was looking for a second. Somehow got a glancing header to it amongst the trees. Matt Thomas after the turnover. Darwin Jones back for Crognale. Aiden Quinn with some work to do after Crognale exactly really didn't do him any favors. Matt Thomas pulls it wide and right in front of the Electric Company. Terrific support group for Lights FC. Season ticket members stay lit in 2019 at the same price as 2018. Renew now and get a chance to win a free season ticket by taking the free season ticket crossbar challenge at an upcoming home match. Go to renew.lightsfc.com. Alston trying to go back for Rawls. Darwin Jones. Straight into Christian Torres. It'll fall for Chaplow. Jones now drawing the double team, again off Torres, and now it'll be a corner for the visitors. Devin, if there was one player in all the United Soccer League, both sides of the Mississippi, who would you not want to go up against in a crossbar challenge?
Crossbar challenge?
Yeah.
I really thought you were going to ask me about a bar fight.
Well, I already know the answers for us, Lasso.
Absolutely. Love him. Wow, crossbar challenge. Think about that. Catch you on the other
Get
side
to it
of
in a
this.
moment. Aiden Quinn. Header one by Ochoa, pops it straight up. Now it's Chaplow, Ina Voltson. She's trying to dump it back into the mixer. Avila comes away with it. Chaplow. Jones. Terrific work from Orange County. Over for Michael Seaton. And Christian Duke is about a step or two behind the thought of Michael Seaton. Maybe Seaton might have some better luck putting that on frame and challenging Ricardo Ferrigno, Devin.
Looked like Michael Seaton was behind the thought of Michael Seaton. Couldn't decide if he wanted to whip this ball into the back post or have a go. He catches that gray area. It's not pulled out enough for someone to run onto it. He obviously doesn't get it on frame. I know the answer, by the way.
Give it to me.
Didier Drogba. It's a pretty good one. That's a good one.
I mean, it's a good one, but it's also a cop-out.
I beg your pardon.
You heard me. Did I stutter?
Who would you choose?
I mean, excluding Chelsea legends and one of the best strikers of all time.
Yeah, excluding him. We'll get back to it. Take your time.
I'm going to say Aiden Quinn.
Yeah?
I mean, are there many more technical players than Aiden Quinn?
Yeah.
Give me a few, other than Didier Drogba.
Manu Ledesma, Solomon Asante.
Ledesma was at the top of my list. Now we're just naming MVP candidates.
They're there for a reason.
Darwin Jones, not a bad idea.
Cameron Lancaster.
He puts the ball in the goal. He doesn't hit the crossbar.
He knows what he's doing. He can get it right there.
I think that his
I choose you because you haven't scored a goal in your life. So.
I think Cameron Lancaster's superhuman goal-scoring instincts would take over, and it would just put it in the back of the net. Quinn lays it off. Chaplow, the skipper. Ina Voltson on the turn. Darwin Jones now. Seaton trying to get it back for Ina Voltson. Working in tight quarters, and Rafa Garcia takes it away for Vegas. Challenge from behind, now dumped into the channel. Raul Mendiola running onto it. Weeke's all alone in the box. Mendiola gets it on his left foot, another delivery in. And a foul called against Matt Thomas, but Raul Mendiola has really been enjoying his time as a distributor tonight and whipping in those crosses with either foot. He already has an assist on the Sammy Ochoa goal.
Solid on the service from Mendiola. Kevin Alston going toe-to-toe. Salgado, Ochoa, and everybody else in the middle of the box. Interesting play by the referee, allowing them to progress down the field, calling advantage. Sometimes you'll see them bring back the run of play, because to be fair, once Mendiola got down in there, he still had a lot of work to do to get the ball back into the box.
Mendiola wins the free kick, becoming more and more involved. Chaplow skipping away from Quebecia, now towards the back post. Foligno making a nice play and quick distribution in the opposite direction. Aiden Quinn now, Seton. Is he outside? Yes, he is! Michael Seton, his second of the night as a substitute, albeit, giving Orange County a 4-3 lead. Who will answer now for Las Vegas?
Guess who? Aiden Quinn. Gets it to 10 goals and 12 assists, right into Michael Seton. The lights fall asleep. The Jamaican slips in behind, able to get his 12th goal on the year. Gets them out in front. Home squad not happy with the decision by the referee to not raise the flag in that situation. But Michael Seton quick to point out, keep a weary eye, I'm right here.
I think the crowd is A, upset with maybe the lack of offside call, and B, celebration for Michael Seton. And the foul from Sammy Ochoa, and that's going to warrant some mustard from John Freeman as Chaplow goes down in a heat.
Don't be surprised if you see another message sent by the Las Vegas Lights. You'll tend to see some of that emotion boil over in situations like this. We've seen it in the past. Penny for a thought, Sammy?
Well, here's a celebration we were talking about. Well, when you're in first place and you've got 12 goals on the season and you're second of the night, only having played about half an hour in this affair, I guess you can do what you want. Chaplow following it up. Richard Chaplow, was he fouled? Yes, he was, right at the edge of the penalty area. Now Chaplow cramping up. Miguel Garduño trying to do his part.
Chaplow gets clever with the run of play here, tries to flick it right over the back line. Gets tangled up, takes one in the midsection. Get a good look here, right up over the top. Oof. Garduño steps in, studs up. Las Vegas Lights trying to get their troops organized. They do not want to concede another. Still in this game, 79th minute, close enough. Aiden Quinn up and over last time. Well, looks like he has a striking partner this time around. Not exactly sure how much say he's going to have in this.
Aiden Quinn! Not too far off. 80th minute, Michael Seaton. Most recent development in the scoring category, which has been plentiful tonight.
I've seen so many times guys get very clever with their thought process, go low. The wall actually jumps, headed in that same direction. Something to keep in your back pocket for the future.
Challenge from Christian Torres, that's a nasty one. And that will also warrant mustard for number 23. As Koji Hashimoto getting ready to come on for OCSC. And we'll get another look at the challenge from Torres.
Torres comes in late here. Darwin Jones is smart. He pulls out of it, but it's still a late tackle. He'll get his 4th yellow card of the year. He's been quiet tonight. They've used him in the past, sort of a hybrid wingback type position. They like to get him involved in the run of play. But Matt Thomas has occupied a lot of the territory over there. Unfortunately, the real estate just hasn't really been prolific for the Las Vegas Lights tonight. Done well to hang in, still trailing.
Hashimoto coming onto the scene here in the 81st. The Japanese veteran has had her won by Garduño. Las Vegas now with 84 yellow cards on the season. As Ina Voltson on the turn, but his shot takes a deflection. And easy work for Farinho in the end. It's almost 3 yellow cards a game for Vegas. Thomas, offside. Kobayashi going to come on for Las Vegas, and he will replace Erica Villa. And then also for Vegas, it's going to be Carter Manley. Another midseason pickup for Isidro Sanchez in this Las Vegas Lights franchise. And Christian Torres didn't do a bad job along that back line.
Not at all. He was asked to do one specific thing, keep Darwin Jones at bay. He was able to do that. It's a good show of display between the two countrymen, Hashimoto and Kobayashi, recognizing each other's efforts over the course of their careers.
Darwin Jones, the ball did travel out of play. Cash the Soccer Rocker is having a scavenger hunt throughout Las Vegas all next week. Everyday Lights FC will provide clues where you can find Cash the Soccer Rocker bobbleheads, merchandise, and more. Just follow at LV Lights FC next week on social media for information. And another yellow card is issued. Believe it was to Rafael Garcia, as John Freeman is still updating his disciplinary book. Fair to call it the naughty list?
There's been a lot of activity recently. I'm trying to keep up with my book.
Header one by Kernali. Hashimoto racing to keep it in play, but ends up knocking it out himself.
Prior to that one, they picked up 3 in the span of 4 minutes. Ochoa, then Torres, Garduño.
Well, you said there was one more left. It's a lot of time left, my man.
The all-seeing eye.
Darwin Jones coming off. And it is going to be Josh Heufeld coming on. What an addition he's been to that back line for Braden Cloutier as Quebecia lining up the long throw-in. Rafa Garcia gets a foot to it. Hashimoto, who Braden Cloutier said was very much the reason why they were able to just take it up to a different level against the Monarchs last Wednesday night. He came on, they said they started getting back to exactly who Orange County is, and that's crisp ball movement and clean possession.
Portillo got the equalizer, and he was looking for a spark, so the midfield from the Real Monarchs was struggling. He brings them on, really pushed them to the next level.
Rafael Garcia now on the set piece. Crenal is the only one who's even close to it. Mendiola, back for Kobayashi. Kobayashi, a good ball in. Crenali again. Mendiola trying to keep it in the neighborhood. Rafael Garcia stumbles, now goes out wide. It's Kobayashi again. Much better delivery, but the header from Salgado just skipping wide. 86th minute, Las Vegas still looking for one more equalizer.
They almost get it from Omar Salgado. The El Paso Loney trying to pick out the far post. This is what they've been missing from their set pieces. This isn't the run of play, but it's good ball movement. It's right where you want it to be, just inside the 6 and the penalty mark. Salgado with a clever little flick. It's all you can ask in that situation. Couldn't get it on frame. The Lights still looking for something with a few minutes left.
Aiden Quinn bends it into the path of Michael Seaton. And Devin, sometimes when you have to come back from a 2-goal deficit, and they even got themselves a lead for a brief moment in time, you sort of run out of gas, and that comeback that you already made is maybe all that you have in the tank, and it looks like that's what we're seeing from Vegas, albeit still about 4 minutes left plus stoppage time, so you don't want to write anything off too soon, especially with the way that this game has gone. Rafael Garcia looking for the big switch to find Carter Manley. Held it up just a little bit too long. Joel Huiki. Kobayashi again. Mendiola back for Manley. Joe Amico. Manley kept it in play, and it'll find Raul Mendiola. Working on Christian Duke. Nice little matchup there, but miscommunication between Manley and Mendiola, and a goal kick for Andre Rawls, and precious seconds continue to tick off the clock here at Cashman. After every home game, join us at Plaza Hotel for the official post-game party featuring your Las Vegas Lights. Come talk soccer and show your game ticket tonight for your first free drink. Aiden Quinn just settling things down for the visitors. And spraying it out wide for Seaton. Orange County in no rush, up a goal. Alston. Alston threw for Hashimoto, but the flag is up. Fans, Boston Dental Group is proud to sponsor shirts off our backs following every Lights FC home game. Schedule your next appointment at 388-8888. Manley.
Let's see exactly how much magic is left in Sin City. Salgado standing over the ball. Rafael Garcia getting involved in the act. They've been wasted over the course of the evening. They have worked so hard to retain a grasp on this match, down one. But this is an excellent opportunity. Look to find the big guys. Where's Garduño? Where's Ochoa?
Where's the ball?
Have to do better from there. That is a poor, poor decision from Salgado. Now we know he can hit him from distance, but the likelihood of that ending up in the back of the net, with what we've seen all night long, you go for distribution, not power.
Couple of deflections. Hashimoto offside. We're hearing now 4 minutes of stoppage time. Plenty of time for Las Vegas to get their final equalizer. Or perhaps Orange County with their insurance goal. Mendiola knocking it through. Salgado in hot pursuit, but Andre Rawls authoritative coming off of his line. Not one of his crowning moments this 90 minutes, Devin, but at the end of the day, as it stands, 3 points for Braden Cloutier's side, which is 2 games remaining.
It's one of the biggest things. You come into Cashman Field, you find a way to win. The big three have been able to bail out Andre Rawls. Not all of it his fault. This is starting to get chippy down. Keep an eye. We've seen this in the past.
Aiden Quinn and Omar Salgado getting into it, and a yellow card shown to Joe Amico.
If you're Braden Cloutier, this is where you have some words from the sideline. You be very clear. No reason to get tangled up at any point in time right now.
Everybody forward now for Las Vegas. 92nd minute, Kobayashi. Matt Thomas working on Hashimoto. Switch over for Rafa Garcia. Crognale again with the defensive header. Enevoldsen lays it off. He wants his second tonight and a 5th for Orange County, but won't have an opportunity this time around. Quebecia, that's well done. Manley finding Mendiola. Quebecia back over the top. Mendiola racing to get there. It's good interplay. It comes to nothing in the end, and about 90 seconds remaining in this one.
Gives you an idea of exactly how things have gone for the Lights over the course of this 2018 season. Just too close to call at certain points in time.
You have to imagine Andre Rawls is going to get a card any moment now for time wasting. Finally, he'll get it away. Manley wins the free kick. Isidro Sanchez not running over to the ball boy, but running over to the scorer's table here at Cashman. Trying to do everything he can. Ricardo Forinho just touches it along for Garcia. Garcia into the mixer, and Rawls hangs on to it. And that very well may just do it.
Give credit to Ricardo Forinho. This is that extra dimension. Smart enough to realize that Orange County had backed up all the way to the top of their own box. Smart to just lay it off. Make the playing field a bit even.
Here's Enevoldsen looking for his second of the night. Thomasina Olsen seals the deal for Orange County on the road in Sin City. It's 5-3 to OCSC. It'll be another 3 points and another giant step towards locking up the first place of the Western Conference. Thomasina Olsen, his 19th of the season.
Unfortunately, when you start to throw all the numbers forward, this is something that'll happen to you. You live by it, you die by it. Las Vegas Lights, just seconds remaining, looking for the equalizer. Ball gets thrown down in, and they just go the other direction, Orange County does. Enid Olsen able to get his 19th on the year, just one shy of joining that double-double illustrious club that his running partner Aiden Quinn found his way into tonight. Manu Ledesma did it earlier, Irvin Parra last year. He'll have a few more opportunities in the rest of this 2018 season, but unfortunately, Las Vegas Lights aren't going to be able to get it done tonight.
That's going to do it full time, an 8-goal affair here at Cashman. Thomasina Olsen and Michael Seaton both at the double. Orange County continue to put the pressure on Phoenix Rising atop the Western Conference table. It's another frustrating result for Isidro Sanchez and Las Vegas, who fought more than admirably after going down 2-0. They took a 3-2 lead, but Michael Seaton came on as a second-half substitute, scored 2 goals in just 45 minutes of play. And the Jamaican, along with Aiden Quinn and Thomasina Olsen, helping Orange County to a massive 3 points. Devin Kerr, your thoughts on it all?
Got to give the visitors credit. Regardless of how many they've conceded, they found a way to win. When you want to compete with the big boys in the USL, that's what you have to do. We've seen it from FC Cincinnati recently. Not the best of performances, but they kept the streak intact. Same thing here for Orange County Soccer Club. Now only 1 loss in their previous 14.
Well, it was a more than entertaining night in one of the most entertaining cities in the world, but Las Vegas Lights fall short. 5-3 to Orange County. That's the final score. We're heading to the post-game show.
Las Vegas Lights take on OKC Energy FC Saturday, September 29th at 8 p.m.
Brought down, shot, ripped in!
Join us at Cashman Field or tune in for all the action on MyLVTV, Channel 21, Cable 12.
Universal helped me eliminate my electric utility bill.
Call today and get the lifetime monitoring and maintenance package included. Own your system. Don't lease. Call Universal Solar Direct. 702-710-1921. That's 702-710-1921.
What is Zappos? Allow us to introduce ourselves. We're your one-stop shop for shoes, clothing, handbags, and a whole lot more. Simply put, Zappos is you, and we're here for you 24/7. Whether you need the latest and greatest in footwear or a new piece of luggage, we'll always ship it fast and free. Add to that free returns and a 1-year return policy, and you'll be set for a worry-free shopping adventure. So let us help deliver happiness to your front door. Shop on Zappos.com today.
Orange County with a 5-3 win over the home side, Las Vegas Lights FC. And with that 3 points, Orange County officially lock up at least one home match in the 2018 USL Cup playoffs. Sammy Ochoa and company could not get it done. We'll take a look at how it all went down. And in an 8-goal affair, you can almost guarantee that the full-time highlights are going to be just that. Goals, goals, and more goals. 8th minute, Aiden Quinn got things started and joined the double-double club. Devin.
History, records, all of it made to be broken and written. Earlier, FC Cincinnati, Manu Ledesma, Aiden Quinn wanted to be a part of it, rightfully so. He has had a fantastic season. Poor defending by Las Vegas Lights. Quinn on the back post, able to get his in the 8th minute. Orange County felt like they were off and running, and it kind of felt that way, didn't it? Lightly luck was on their side. This ball gets deflected off a Lights player, falls right to Ine Voltson. He's able to get his 18th on the season in the 31st minute. And you think, okay, great, 2-0? This is gonna get way worse before it gets better for the Las Vegas Lights. But that was not the case. The boys in black would start to get it together. Raul Mendiola had a fantastic night. Distribution trying to find the far post. Ball drops right in front of Quebecia, and he's able to finish it to get it within one.
So that was just a few minutes before halftime. And we thought, okay, Las Vegas down 2-1 after being down 2-0, heading into the dressing room, not so bad. But just a few seconds before the halftime whistle, a scramble in front of Andre Rawls. Salgado just dumps it in front. Back in from Wiki, and then Miguel Garduno doing center backs proud all over the world, including my broadcast partner, Devin Kerr. That made it 2-2, and Orange County have to be thinking to themselves, how on earth did this happen? Well, it would get worse for Brandon Cloutier's side before it would get better. Sammy Ochoa just 120 seconds in to the second half, giving Las Vegas Lights a 3-2 lead after being down 2-0.
We talked about the escapades on the set ball situation for Las Vegas Lights. How about the ball on the run of play from Mendiola? This is exactly what we're talking about. Put it on his left foot, swing it in, let a big body go get it. Sammy Ochoa proves us perfectly correct. And then this one is interesting. They're going to end up giving this assist to Aiden Quinn. Okay, good stuff. I like it. They give them both to Aiden Quinn. So he has himself a night, a goal and 2 assists to continue to push numbers forward. If it wasn't for Manu Ledesma, this man would be rewriting the record books. But it's all about the super sub. Michael Seaton comes on, provides that spark. Previous games, Hashimoto against Real Monarchs. Cloutier goes to his bench again. This time it's from the juicy Jamaican, the reggae boy, doing some serious work up top. Right at the end, let's add insult to injury. Ine Voltson continuing his year of ridiculousness. Gets his 19th on the year, just one shy on the assist side of things to join that double-double club alongside his teammate Aiden Quinn.
So they gave that final Ine Voltson assist to Aiden Quinn?
No, they gave the second one on Seaton to Quinn, the one that was a deflection.
They gave both. And Seaton got a deflection to the Ine Voltson goal. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, look at the Western Conference standings live. Orange County 4 points clear of Phoenix Rising FC. We mentioned throughout this game that Phoenix is in control of their own destiny and have the opportunity to get 71 points for the remainder of the season. Devin, I'll ask you this question. I mean, I know that there's a couple games to be played, and I know you hate the predictions, but do you see Orange County hanging on?
That's very, very difficult. Orange County has some work to do. The biggest thing is they're out in front. Phoenix Rising has a very manageable schedule. Not easy by any means, but their toughest opponents are at Phoenix Rising Soccer Complex. It's definitely going to be them 1-2. Real Monarchs is falling. Sacramento Republic holding on by dear life to fight with T2 for that 4th spot. Can't give you a straight answer.
Well, 8 goals to be had at Cashman tonight. It started with Aiden Quinn, and we've been in for a treat. 7 more after that. Las Vegas, you have to give them all the credit for the fight that they put on. They would take a 3-2 lead after falling down 2-0, but it was too much Orange County in the end. For our outstanding crew, my broadcast partner, Devin Kerr, Tyler Terrence saying so long for now. Final score, 5-3 Orange County.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League may not be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer